So let's go over all the cards they revealed this time. The first, very fittingly, is Doppler, special organic card that transforms into a random bronze unit from your faction, which is garbage. I don't know, like, they actually suggested that there's gonna be a create, so you can choose 1 out of 3 of all the bronze units, but that's still pretty crap. And I'm not even sure if in this transformation, anything that has a, well, probably the own playability will trigger, but I'm not even 100% sure if the own playability will trigger. It probably will trigger. Top player, Doppler out of 10. Yeah. Well, it's a fine card, I guess. Like, there's nothing wrong with having it, but it's definitely not the card we're gonna see a lot of in ranked. I just gotta keep checking these gates because they look the same way and they added a new one. Anyway, Black Blood, alchemy special item. Spawn a bronze or silver, necrophage or vampire. Actually, it's create, so that's the new keyword. It's basically discover. Out of all the bronzes, or bronze and silver necrophages and vampires, you are offered 3 and you choose one. Which is not great. The simple explanation for that is that even if you're offered the best silver vampire or necrophage, you can just put that silver necrophage or vampire in your deck. This only really makes sense if you are kind of hoping to get some silver or bronze necrophage or vampire that you cannot put in your deck. Then that would be ridiculously good. Of course, that's we don't know how that could be, but it looks like a pretty bad card. And destroying a bronze or silver necrophage or vampire is pretty bad too. So they hinted that the next expansion will involve more vampires, but for now, this remains probably in the dumpster. Unless, like, pulling cards, or like maybe pulling an extra of 1 silver or a very specific unit is just worth that much that you're willing to take the chance. But I don't think it's gonna be that good. Oh man, I would love to leave this card last, but okay, this goes second. This goes now. Shoop's Big Adventure. This is the best card I've seen in any card game so far. If your starting deck has no duplicates, send Shoop on an adventure. So this is already awesome. It's a deck-defining card, and I love seeing these. Like Sirinova. Actually, it doesn't work with Sirinova because Sirinova requires duplicates. So you can't have Sirinova and the Shoop Big Adventure deck. That Shoop Big Adventure is amazing because you select out of 3. Either he becomes a mage, and you can select out of 5 abilities. No, you can select 3 out of 5 abilities he can have. One of them, they said, is a draw card. The mage has 4 power, the hunter has 8, the knight has 12, and they have various abilities. Obviously, it's a very strong card, but having no duplicates in your deck is a pretty hefty limitation. And yeah, you usually just want to play the OP bronzes, and you just want to play them many times. Oh, thanks for that. And of course, the archetypes very much rely on just the same group of cards. So you need a special deck to make him okay, make him good. But it's gonna be a ridiculously fun card, and I think I will play him a lot. Because this is the card. This is the card to play ranked with, or just casual with. Even if this is the card to have fun with. Like, this makes you think about the game so differently. Same thing with Sirinova, and I love that they added these cards. Even if they are not gonna be ridiculously competitive, like, it doesn't matter. But I think under the right circumstances, this could be a very strong card. And I'm not sure if these are doomed, like the Shoop Mage, Shoop Hunter, Shoop Knight, so it might be possible to resurrect them, or replay them in some way, to push this deck even higher. Because I think it would be justified that Shoop would be the hero of this deck archetype. You've definitely premium. yeah, like this is the card to premium. If there's one card, this is the one. Scoia'tael, special item, choose one, deal 3 damage to all enemies with odd power, or deal 3 damage to all enemies with even power, or summon a random or bronze silver unit. Well, first of all, I have to say, summon a random bronze or silver unit is plan B at best, because you're using a gold card to basically do a rally, or rally for a silver. That's obviously bad. And the way to, the thing is, how many units need to be on the board for it to be worth it? And they not only on the board, but they need to have same power. So let's just say there are 12 units on the board. 5 of them are odds, and 7 of them are even. Did I say 12? Like, let's just say 12. And then it's worth it because you can play it for 21. It's good, like, it's good in a long round. So that could be good, but like ideally you're looking for at least 6 units that have the same power. And this is obviously a nightmare card to draw into last round. Even like, just like a rallying, or like this could be just completely terrible. This could be easily worse than just a specific bronze, because playing a random bronze is just worse. So, could be good. Like, depends on the meta, depends on the deck. Especially, could be good if you just, like, really go for the long rounds. Anyway, we got Lamia. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If an enemy is under Moonlight, deal 7 damage instead. And I just thought, like, oh, everyone knows what Moonlight is. Do we know what Moonlight is, guys? It's not terrible. Like, it's not good. If you play it without Moonlight, it's only a 9. That's pretty bad. But it's not completely useless. It's not 100% dead. But if you play it under the right circumstances, this is a 16. Enemies under Moonlight. So this summons the Moonlight, which is apparently a boon. But do you wanna boon your opponent? You don't. So I'm not so sure. We still don't know what Moonlight is. Do you guys know what Moonlight is? Because that would be good to know. Again, this is gets stronger in contact with Moonlight. Bridge Troll. Move a hazard on an enemy row to a different row. So, yeah, you just kind of make sure that the enemies stay in the weather. But the way I see it, like, the Drowner already kind of does that and deals damage along with it. So I'm not so sure about the Bridge Troll, frankly. Not sure at all. Hazard, Blood Moon, Boon, Full Moon, Moonlight. Hazard or Boom? Oh. Okay. And what is Blood Moon? And Full Moon? Thanks for the information, but what are those? Do we know the exact effect of them? Anyway, Bridge Troll can be definitely useful, but I feel like it's the Drowner is just simply better. Unless they nerf the Drowner, and I fail to see why they would. Wisper's Tribute. Play a bronze or silver organic card from your deck. We don't know the specifics. Yeah, that's kind of. So it's very much like Whispering Hillock, who plays it organic. Yeah, it's fine, but you just play it from your deck, which could be even considered to be better. And looks like a fine card to me. Like 6 plus a bronze, which is like an 18, or 6 plus a silver, which is like 21. So this card could be easily good. It's only really bad if you run out of cards to get out of your deck, or the situation to play them is not optimal, because you gotta add in like really good organic cards, or really good, yeah, really good organic cards. But what are those cards gonna be? I'm a bit foggy on that. I guess we'll see. We'll know about the entire organic list once, well, all cards are revealed. You spawn a foglet while moving fog, so it's 13 strength, not a 9. You sure about that? Well, assuming your foglet is dead, and that is true, but are you sure about that? That's how it works? Because well, I didn't hear anything that would make me think that's how it works. Moving the fog counts as replaying the fog. Well, I guess it's fair enough. If you... Or you just kill your own foglet. So, for example, you can... ran your own foglet, whatever. Then bridge troll, get out another foglet. Something like that. Yeah, they said it on stream. You can run 3 foglets. Okay, so... more synergy here. Also, you can really consider eating the foglets, or you can just get at more foglets. But of course, this makes sense with the foglets. Not much else. If you're not getting at the foglets, then it really doesn't make too much sense. Play for 13 plus 10 deck. That's not bad at all for that. But you're not really playing an extra fog, so... still, it's a good card. Like with the fog detection, it's good. But it just goes to show that it will not be obvious to other players as well that is how it works. Of course, it's gonna be obvious. It's just gonna be an OP deck that everyone plays and like, oh my god, damn these bastards. But those players who just gonna read it and don't see it from other players might just not think about this. So they might just need to clarify somehow. That is something players should consider. Different row? It doesn't say it has to be an enemy row. You can play a fog on your row, so that is unless they change that, but that is the case. Anyhow. Potato guy, recruit, play a random bronze soldier from your deck. There's really not much to say about this. This is just fine. This is basically a more flexible but more random Reaver Scout that gets out a dude from your deck. Soldier only. At least I don't see any... Well, it's also really good to replay, I guess. So if you have like Decoy, if you have Emir, this is the guy to replay. You can easily get value from Emir. It's kind of a shame that they didn't include any of the cards they already released that they gonna change. They actually changing Kahir to be 1 strength and resurrect the leader, so you can actually replay Emir. You can play Emir twice, so that's gonna be pretty damn strong. I don't know about the other leaders if they wanna play, if you wanna play them, because currently Morvan is. It's not amazing. So maybe you want to replace some leaders, but not others. Wait. No. It's not replace, it's resurrect. You actually resurrect the leader. Some of the cards had different text and numbers when they showed them on live stream. Yeah, that's actually true. It's also good with Standard Bearer. Yeah, because you're... What? The one that... Which buffs have his soldier? Yeah. That's good. Good, yeah, good point. I'm a little bit foggy on the names sometimes. But yeah, that is a really good soldier, so... Yeah. With that, it's actually gonna be a free strength guy that gets out more. Actually, it could be even more than that. It's gonna benefit from every single dude that buffs. Man, I love these slavers. Can't wait to be one. And now that's why I brought up the gate. We got a gate. We got the open gate here. No, it's just opening gate. And now we got the gate here. I don't fucking know why they have these gates. Like, I have no idea. Like, okay, fair enough. We have a potion. We got this plant. We got slavers. That's cool. But gate? Nerf Guardian Gate. Play a bronze or silver officer from your deck and boost it by 2. Well, it is a pretty good card, guys. It's a tactics card. It's a tactics that also boosts by 2. It can even give you just a silver officer plus 2. Hard to go wrong with that. The silvers are, I consider the silvers to be plus 3 over bronzes. This is a plus 2, but this can also get a silver out. Yeah, this is probably a really good card, unless you run out of stuff to get out of your deck. But yeah, this is just a really good card. It's not gonna be too exciting in the spy deck. It's gonna be more useful in decks that Nilfgaardian decks that do not have heavy thinning available to them. Like for example, the soldier deck. Soldier deck had no thinning whatsoever, basically. It's a Stargate Atlantis Easter egg. What? The many gates? By the way, I love that show. Please explain. What do you mean? The many gates? Is that all? It's just a worse reinforcement? I don't know, it looks like a better reinforcement. Reinforcement of the guard pretty decent. Yeah, it's also a boost too. That really shouldn't be underestimated. Anyway, I already know about that guy. Rygef. Play a bronze machine from your deck. So this can play a mango now. Mango now is still complete dumpster. So I don't know. Unless they buffed it. I really hope they buffed them. I just really hope. Reveal. Okay, other than the new cards that are already awesome. Come on, CDPR. If one thing. Could you just make reveal not garbage? Or is it still not the time? It's still garbage. After all the time, it's still complete garbage. Please, make reveal OP. Something. Reveal is still ridiculously dumpster. Play a bronze machine. Like, yeah, sure, you can get at the mango now with it, but this is good. Like 5 plus a bronze. That's really, really good. It's also like plays a specific guy, so it's really nothing wrong with that. It kind of depends on like, do you wanna put in the machines? Like, what kind of machines are you playing? If the machines are terrible, then obviously this guy will be not played. But that is all. Am I missing some cards? I don't think I'm missing some cards. Yeah. Okay. Nora Realms. Cadveni Revenant. Curse, Soldier, Cadvan. Whenever you play a spell, spawn a copy of this unit on a random road. Don't repeat, 2 armor. So every single unit can only spawn once, but the ones that got spawned can further spawn units. Now, considering that the bronze power level is now base 12, you would need to spawn 3 times for this to be actually pretty damn good, 16. And anything over than that, it would be ridiculous. But of course, if the opponent kills this or locks this, it's a sad day for you. You just play the complete dumpster card. And I don't know. I'm not sure if you can get away with this. And if this doesn't get shut down, oh baby. Also, extra consideration is that ridiculously low tempo. So if you just hope to play like Cadveni Revenant, then your opponent's probably just gonna pass first round. You already used up 2 Cadveni Revenants and he's gonna be like 25 points up, you played nothing, or like he's just laughing at you. And there's no way you're gonna get enough points. Or maybe, I don't know. Okay, you're not gonna get enough points. I think it's just very slow. Very, very slow. So, but this could be ridiculous. If you have a lot of spells and you can just like, imagine that. Like you play like 9 spells, 40-point bronze. Insane. Also, I suppose it could be an okay target for the Cursed Knight once it's already used up. But you gotta run a pretty heavy spell deck. But the thing is, would you run a heavy spell deck as this of your... This can't be. Like, these guys alone can't be your core win condition. You just don't have enough. I think it's okay to have it, but... And this could really punish greedy decks, but this is also a greedy deck that needs to be punished. Since Venoram are playing 3 spells per game. Yeah, the thing is, you need to play 3 spells just for this guy for this to be okay. Kedvan Knight, Soldier Kedvan, boost this unit by 5 if played from deck, 2 armor. They said this guy is like pretty good. I'm not convinced, considering the base power level of the bronzes will be 12. This guy, if not played from the deck, it's an 8, garbage. If played from deck, it's a 13, above average. But that's still not crazy. For example, if the Cursed Knight on the Tormented Mage is a 14 point. So this guy is 13 if you get him out of the deck, if you pull him out of the deck. Like, you Dijkstra him, you Field Medic something, and you get him, like, Field Medic, I don't know, Field Medic something. I guess you can Field Medic a Kedvan Revenant once you used it up, but... Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. Because you gotta have a lot of spells to make these guys work. You know also Thunder deals 9 damage then? I know that. Yeah, you can do that. You can play this. These are basically the same thing, they're just strength plus damage. But I'm not saying the Kedvan Knight is like, meh, really that good. The real question is, what leader would you choose for Cursed No Realm? Ada is just terrible. I strongly disagree. I think she's totally fine. Who misled you so hard? Ada is like a higher power level, a less reliable Eredin. But as long as you play something, she's probably gonna be better than Eredin. But as long as you don't play too much. On an empty board, she's worse than Eredin. On a board that you have like 3 units each, I think Ada is gonna be better than Eredin. If you just want a specific guy, she's always gonna be worse than, for example, if you just want Morgvarg, then Crack is just easily better than to get that out. So she's better than reliable toolkit, but not as good as... If you want specific options, Ada is worse than that, but she is better than just Eredin with his toolkit. Also, she's not as reliable, but potentially she just has higher power. I think Ada is totally fine. She spawns. She creates. This is good, guys. Flail special item, deal 5 damage and spawn a Draugr. The Draugr is actually 5 strength from what they shown. I don't get this, guys. Is the Draugr a 5? So this is a silver weapon that deals 5 damage. I'm pretty sure that this is a bronze, isn't it? Am I wrong? Plate is a bronze, yeah. Because it was pretty dumpster even without considering it as a silver. So 5 damage. Now the thing is, I think the order needs to be mentioned a little bit, because if this was a unit, if this was a Draugr that dealt 5 damage, that means that if there was nothing on the board, you can play the 5 strength Draugr and not shoot. You got 5 points. But if you have to go first and you get a flail, and that's the only card you can play, or maybe that's the card you wanna play, because playing the other one would be even worse, then you're gonna... I don't know. It says and. I'm not sure. But I think it means that you cannot use this card unless you can shoot. So you can't play that. So you're not gonna get a guy. So it's slightly worse for that, but it wouldn't be a big deal. But thing is, dealing 5 damage and getting a 5-string body, I guess it's not terrible, but even right now we have guys that like 8 shoot for 3 or 5 shoot for 5. Is the crossbowman doing that? I think it's a 5 plus 5 or even more than that. This is okay. This is an item, so like, are we having some item synergy here? This just plays spells. Looks like a lame card. Unless you can play it along with like 4-strength dudes. Create only crates from neutral and home faction, as said on the streams. Oh, really? Then I have to reconsider the card that I analyzed earlier. Black Blood, utter garbage. The only saving grace I gave this card was that it might be able to pull from other factions. And also Ada. It's actually gonna be more reliable. Smaller pool, it means more reliable. So Ada is gonna be more reliable. That just makes Create better, guys. Mage plays items too. He does? Oh, or items. Well, I'm not gonna read that far. Should you got wrong? Come on. Okay, that's okay, sure. Maybe. But even then, we are talking about the 12. So we're playing this for 7. You gotta have these in your deck. It's still a meh. Like just check it out. Like, you can play 12s in other faction. Deal 5 damage, that might just be a pretty awkward number. If it was 6, I would be a lot more excited. But as a 5, I don't know. Okay, thanks for pointing that out. Bronze spells are items, why don't you read, guys? Okay. Innocent mistakes are gonna be made here. Especially with cards that they just release and somewhat keep changing, actually. Now, this is fine. Okay. But I think my original, like, my statement about it just stands. By itself, it's a trash card. You gotta play it with other cards. And even with the Tormented Mage, it's just, okay. I think it's all a justifiable card. Like, if you're just like trying to, no, it could be okay. Like, you're just playing 12. But you would need to put in other cards as well. It's not too great, but it's not terrible either. So, I guess that's just fine. And it's no realm specific. I don't know, guys. Do you guys like this? Like, obviously you need to play it. Unless you're playing it with the Tormented Mage, this is just complete garbage. And you're never gonna see this. And the Tormented Mage is a good one to consider because of the Cursed Knight. Because they have a good combo. So, again, we are now starting to see some something interesting. When you play a spell, and this is a very important distinction here, the Cadvener Revenant only gets stronger. That's why I didn't read further. Because whenever you play a spell, this doesn't do a spell, this just does damage, ability damage. You need to play a spell. It doesn't say special card, because if that's what it said, then it would be item, it would be anything. But you gotta play a spell from the Tormented Mage. No way Flayed Silver, impossible. It's not a silver, it's a bronze, guys. It's a bronze. It was a bronze on stream. It's fine. And you can just play this. I think the Flail could be okay. Played with the Tormented Mage. But the Cadvener Revenant wouldn't work with that, because you gotta play a spell. And that's a very important to point out. So this combo is not gonna be alive. But of course, we got other options as well. We gotta consider other bronze items and spells. That's not a spell. That's an item. Boost a unit by the initial power of a unit in your hand. You can get at least an 8 from that, so the item is better. Again, this is the Spear and the Viver scale. It's kind of the same thing. Bronze and silver. You gotta have like high power guys in your deck. This is just straight up worse Altsu. That's just garbage. That's not even a spell. Actually, organic item. These are not even spells, these are items, so we don't really know about new spells. Even this is organic. Getting hit in the face is a very genuine experience, guys. By a fucking boulder, no less. Okay, let's go back. Anyway, usable with this. I'm not too excited about this at all, Catherine Knight. And Catherine's Revenant, I'm a little bit concerned about the setup for this. Like, again, said, if you can play a lot of guys, great. But it's kind of up to your opponent, and it's ridiculously low tempo. You gotta play a lot of spells. You gotta play 3 spells to be worth it. And at that point, it's really worth it. But keep in mind, you're gonna get 16 out of this. If you just do a Tormented Mage for 12 and a Curse Knight, you can just Curse Knight the Tormented Mage and you get +6. This is 14. And you gotta do a very specific combo here just to get 16 out of this. You gotta play this, 3 spells, and then you gotta get 16. So you need to play at least 3 spells. Anyway, am I missing something here? No. These are all. These are all the cards. scoia'tael, I kind of need help with these guys. Because, to me, it looks weakish. A bit. So, look at this. Crushing Trap, special item, deal 6 damage to each unit at the end of an enemy row. It could be good. You can just play this for 12. Of course, you want to play it with other... Play a bronze... No, this is just unit. So you gotta play this with cards that plays item from your deck. Crushing Trap, it could be okay, but this is kind of like the Manticore Venom. You know, you're dealing 6 damage to 2. Manticore Venom deals 4 damage to 3, and kind of your opponent plays around it a way because you're dealing to the end of the row, so your opponent can play around it quite a bit to negate or just limit the effectiveness of this card, and it's fairly unlikely that this card is gonna hit a unit that would have got extra value. So this is an iffy card. Like, I would say scoia'tael is definitely the weirdest dispatch. Like, most of these options are not great. Anyway, Elven Blade, deal 10 damage to a non-elf unit. So this is just a straight up 1 point better Altsu that doesn't work on elves, which could make it pretty awkward against elves. But yeah, it looks okay, I guess. Like, this is a little bit more reliable than the Crushing Trap. But you need to hit like guys that have 10 strength and actually get out more value than that. Because doing just 10 damage with a bronze is not good enough. You need to kill something that has 10 power or less a little bit and would get further value. So that's a bit of an iffy one. And actually, I just probably I shouldn't have brought that up. Just like kind of tied in with the other special item. 10 damage, kill a dwarf. Traps are specifically designed for movement scoia'tael. I suppose. Well, I guess we'll see how good they are. Could be good. But by themselves, they are not that good. Wait, can Wyvern Shield work with Olaf? If so, that's so busted. Which one is Olaf? Anyway, Pit Trap. Apply a hazard to an enemy row that deals 3 damage to units on contact. So, does this trigger when you play it? Does this act as a lacerate? Olaf Skellige Bearman? Oh yeah. I guess we gotta know. Boost a unit by the initial power of a unit in your hand. By this wording, it should. Nothing wrong with that, guys. 20 boost for everybody. I think they're just gonna change it to initial power of a bronze or silver, or maybe bronze only. Something like that. I think it's a wording issue. I think they're just gonna tweak it to a bronze or silver, or maybe a bronze only. Anyway, does this work on contact? Does it work like when you play right away, or does it only work? Does it just like stay put? Like you just play it, and you know those units already on the row don't get hit, and you gotta move new units to the row to hit them, because that would be garbage. But if this is a lacerate that deals extra damage when you put people in it, I think it's like, some of you might just think this card is awesome, but let me say you this. What if you, like, just for 1 second, just imagine this. You play a pit trap, let's just say all of them get hit, then you put people in the row and they get hit, and that's it. But the alternative is, you put people in the row, they don't get hit, you just set up a big row, and you lacerate. Like, the only way pit trap is gonna be better, first of all, it needs to hit on contact when you play it. So I'm just gonna assume it does that. Then you need to move people out of the row and put them back in. Something like that, that could be good. Can this be removed by clear skies though? Probably not. That would be dumb. Yes, it's a hazard. Yeah, but it's kinda dumb. I think they need to work on their hazard removal, because it's kinda approaching the dumb territory. But yeah, like, yeah, it should remove it, but I'm not sure it, like, that, I don't know. That's what they should do. Who knows? We'll see. Probably it's just gonna stay like that. I don't know. What do you guys think about the pit trap? This is the scoia'tael storm. This is good if you can just put people in the pit trap all day long. But can you do that? Look, the sky is clearing. Now our trap is unusable. Yeah, it's just like, okay, sure, why not? I don't know. Like, pit trap could be easily like a lacerate. The only really true advantage of it against the lacerate is playing it early. You can play this early, but if your opponent plays a clear sky, that's dumb. It's over. So let's just say you play this early, and you just put people in the row, like you just hit them. That's kind of cool. Actually, you might not want to do that. You might not want to do that, because if it's a hazard and clear skies clears it, then that means that your opponent can play a clear sky. Let's just say, like, you play the pit trap, you damaged everybody, and now it's on the row. That means that when your opponent clears a hazard, clear sky is gonna buff everybody for 2. That's not good. That's I lose the game now kinda problem. I don't know, like, the devs seem to be pretty excited about this, and I just, you know, I don't see it. Like, even if you assume that this cannot be removed anyway, and even like that, and hits people on play, in addition to also playing them when you move others to the row, the only advantage it would have against lacerate, which is actually just a bronze card, is that you can play it early, and you can replay units into it. So you can just like throw someone away, put him into the trap again, so something like that. So, but do you have enough movement for that? I don't know if you do. So I guess it kind of depends on how much movement we actually got. Because if you can just like throw people around all the time, maybe pit trap is good. But I'm not sure. Anyway, your vet meditation force 2 units to duel each other. So with this, you really need to pick your time, and there's really not a time. This is really not a card you can just play anytime. you gotta make a strong unit duel a stronger unit. That's about it. I just say like you make an 8 duel a 13. Your 8 hits the 13. You did 8. Then the 13 becomes a 5. Hits back. 8 becomes a 3. So far we did 13. Then hit again. Hit again. Whatever. So it's kind of okay, but you gotta really pick the time to use it. And this could be ridiculously strong. He can let 2 enemies duel each other. Yeah, that's kind of the point. But it's also a really bad last round card. As long as it's a short last round, like 2 Imperial Brigades. Yeah, even if you're just a really big card. Even if it's just a really big card, it could be really good. Because, let's just say like your opponent has like a 20 strength Impera. That would be like the dream, like a ridiculously strong Impera. Killing a little bit weaker ridiculously strong Impera. That's just the little stronger Impera hits the strong Impera. Then just like they really duke it out. You can duel the spies. So you choose 2 units on the enemy rows. Anywhere. Anywhere, but obviously you want the enemies to fight. Does that mean the units you choose first gets to attack first? Well, I assume you choose who attacks first, because that's the big part of its value. It's time to duel. I'm kind of curious if what you guys are most happy with, what faction. I think like scoia'tael is not getting that much interesting, but it's okay. It's getting a few good options here and there. It's a tricky faction. It's like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I would like to see more movers, because like if they want this or they want this, I want to see more movers. I want to see at least 1 mover bronze here. So maybe we can make that work. Or maybe like a mover silver. I want to see some movers, guys. That is all. Anyway, Clan Corsair, resurrect the bronze machine. It's not much to say about this guy. You play machines. You play a guy that has +3 and replace your machines. Easy as that. It's just a more niche Priestess of Freya. That actually, yeah, it's doomed too. It's doomed. There's not much to say about this. Like, it's just better. Like, it's better as long as you have machines to resurrect. But probably you can get away with just only machines, so we'll see. Warship, Demon Pirates, no, Demon Machine, deal 1 damage 4 times. So this is obviously good with the X-Men, or just you want to ping people a lot of times, or maybe just like this could be okay with. I'm not sure how you deal the damage. I'm just gonna assume that you don't have that much control over it. You might just hit the same guy 4 times, or do you select 4 times the damage? We just don't know. They didn't show any. They didn't show any gameplay. Like that would matter quite a bit, because you might be able to set up some kind of scorch if you have really fine control over it. Could this mean they changed Priestess of Freya? I doubt it, because Priestess of Freya is flexible. I doubt that she's gonna get stronger. At most she's gonna get stronger by 1, but I doubt it. I think she's totally fine. 6 track for Skellige machine deck, sick. Yeah, what could go wrong? It's fine. Anyway, Joanna, Thordorok support. Heal a bronze or silver unit, then boosted by the amount healed. Again, it needs to be wounded. If it's not wounded, then it's not great. It needs to be pretty wounded though. So, in order for this to hit the now average, the silver power level, she needs to heal 4, 5. She needs to heal by 5. By healing by 5, she goes up to. She would give you 16 points. And we're talking about the average here. If you're just healing one game for 4, other game for 5, it's fine. But obviously you wanna run her with like relatively big units, or you just don't even have the possibility to get a lot of points from her. It could also like serve as a war crier in a way. Imagine that your really big dude just gets really wounded, and I'm just kind of trying to think about how could you like have damage units that are also good for you. Joanna with Olaf. I guess that would work. But ideally you want to play Olaf with the beasts. Or maybe you don't. You do? Let's just say you play... Let's just see that combination. Let's consider that. So, you play this, you expect 18. You play this, you expect 15. We expect 33 points. And their combination is 10 plus this heals by 10. It's like 26. So it's 36. It's 3 points above the average. And completely ignoring the requirement for Olaf. I think you're onto something. But it's actually... No, bronze and silver. Never mind that. Your genius was already figured out. Bronze and silver only. Yeah. There, I got you. A reverse version of Horn. Yeah, this could be good, but also not always. Like, what are you gonna do if you're not getting hit? If you're not getting hit and you're against a passive deck, actually you can play the ships that hit your own units and generate value, and when that a particular unit goes down to low strength, you might just heal it back up with boosted. No? That could work. Could be good in a greatsword deck. Greatsword deck with the ship. I think it's like I would really feel like she would be okay. I think she's a good card, but in order to make her consistent, you probably want to run her in a deck that ends up with a bunch of damage minions. Guys, the move Warship is great for X-Men. 2 light longships, both are getting big, but the right one is strongly damaged by the left. I guess. It doesn't have to have a high base strength by any means. Just needs to take a fair bit of damage, that is all. I'm not sure what would be the great... Whoa, 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 whoa! I might be onto something, guys. Each player draws a card. No, sets its power to 1. Is this... Okay. Sets its power? It's not wounded, right? Nah, it's set. Damn. I thought I was really onto something here. Imagine that. Imagine the possibilities. We play a fat silver that has 1 point. Then just does its thing. It damages? You sure? I think they said it damages, but now it sets the power. No, because you need to reset to heal. Just like Vanandal Elite. Now, thing is, if this truly works that way, then in that particular deck, you can end up with something really fat. I don't know what. I don't know what. Something. Some big silver unit. Then you use and even if it doesn't work, I think that's gonna be a really good Skellige card. And you can use Joanna on that Skellige card. You might just like play like this crap, like Crown Protector and like Beastmaster and like whatever. You just like, so that card is like good anyway. But if you end up drawing something that just drops in power, you can just Joanna it and you're gonna be just fine. Wouldn't it have to say set base power? Set to 1? Yeah, I think set to 1 means that it's just gonna be a 1. Red said that Gwent is going to block it. Guess that could work. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. We ran through the whole thing. I'm gonna go back to my love. Shoop's Big Adventure. I'm happy now. Best card I've ever seen in any card game. I challenge all of you. Say a better card than this. Okay, you can play Sirinova. You can say Sirinova. That's a good card. That could be a good runner-up. Like, but this is great. This is what I wanna see. Deck-defining cards that are not only just, but it completely changes how you need to build decks. And the card itself is very fun. It's not just like you know, I like Sirinova. I like Sirinova. The only problem of Sirinova is that she's only a fat gold. She's only a fat gold. I'm sorry, Siri, but I have to say, you're just fat. And it's true. It's true. You know, it's a fun card. It's a fun to build a 2 of each deck, but the card itself is pretty boring. You put in a 25 strength gold in your deck. That's lame. But the deck building aspect is cool. But here, the deck building aspect is even more challenging. And the card itself is pretty damn fun and somewhat random. So it's not guaranteed. Also, it looks fun as hell. You told me I'm gonna like it. She's a thick gold. She's the fattest gold I've seen. Does it mean you need 16 cards? 16 bronze cards? Yeah. You need that with Sirinova. What Shoop actually do? You select. If your starting hand has no duplicates, he either becomes a mage, hunter, or knight. Mage has 4, hunter has 8, knight has 12, and they all have 5 abilities each. And out of those, you select out of 3 a really OP ability apparently. One of them is a draw card in the mage, which is pretty good. I'm not even sure how to value that, but that's pretty damn good. So if you consider that spies are minus 12 and the golds are plus 3 over the silvers, so if there was a gold spy, it would be like minus 9. Boom, you give away that power, that certain power. And this Shoop guy is just plus 4, so this is like 13 stronger than an average gold card that players would include in their deck, which is just okay. All right, I think that's it, guys. Pretty cool cards. I have no idea what could be they saving for last that even tops this. There's no way. There's no way. One thing I would like to see, considering the options, is just some movement for scoia'tael. If they really want to see these items work, I don't know. Maybe some item play. Maybe some more item play. Anyway, cool cards.